Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy and welcome to the 2021 FIA Manufacturers Exhibition Season Round number 6. Tonight we are at Autodrome Lago Maggiore, the GP course in the reverse direction, and we are in the Group 3 cars. So tonight I will be in the M6. Hopefully I can make her dance around this track because I need a good result. And the lobby opens up and it looks like a second split race for Greddy. I am door number 16, so quite a few drivers ranked ahead of me and quite a few names, including a couple YouTubers, Podium, PX Cam 20 in here, and many other familiar names. Let's get out there and let's get started with qualifying. Gonna need a great qualifier when you're door number 16 in the second split. And as I come across the line, my first qualifying lap was absolutely atrocious, a 55.877. I was pretty timid everywhere. And I said, well, you got to pull your head out your rear here, Greddy, and put down a solid lap. So get on the brakes a little bit later there for turn 1. Let it slide along that inside curb and come to the inside there just before that little sign. Get on the gas just as I'm leaving the curbs. Put it right on that apex there and let it fold back in line on that double apex turn. Come out on the curbings, turn in early here, cut a little bit of this corner, just a little throttle lift. Now we got to get back to the right early, get back on that curbing so you can get on the throttle and kind of feathering the throttle a little bit there. Coming down into big banky boy. Got to hold as much speed as you can. Not too bad of a big banky boy. You don't want to get on the gas too early and end up in the sand. Managed to avoid that. And now on to my favorite part of the course, the S's. This is like running a slalom in autocross. I absolutely love it. Do not turn in too early. Got to be on the backside of that apex right there. Again, backsiding each of these corners so you can get on the gas here at the end, come out carrying some speed. And I do so pretty well. Here you're going to lay on the brakes, not too heavy, lightly. You want the car to still turn and rotate as you come down through the Florida turn, heading towards the bunny ears. And the lap is looking pretty good so far. I'm almost 9/10 up on my previous best lap. Feeling good about that. Getting on the brakes there where the red meets the gray. Cut it down to the inside just like you need to. Getting on, turning in there at those black skid marks. And then waiting until the end of that curbing on the left to get on the brakes. Turn it back in, down into first gear. Don't want to overcook it coming through this last two tight corners. Those rear tires will spin up on you and it will get ugly quick. But I managed to roll in the throttle nicely and cross the line with a 154.795. Good qualifying time, and that's going to put me in qualified position number 10. All right, I mentioned before I need a good result. My previous best, a 194. So looking at the point table, it's a 299-point lobby. So I'm going to need somewhere above P9 to go up. And if you look over here on the right, you see hard, medium, and soft tires are required. It's a 7X tire race, which means, well, you're going to have to figure out a strategy. My strategy is going to be 6 medium, 3 hard, 6 soft because I'm starting in P10. Now, if you started the front, maybe you want to start in the soft tires. Some folks are starting on the mediums. There I am in position number 10 to start the race in the corners. And if you look on the left there, I'm already in P9 at the start of the race, which means we get a Greddy pass to start. But we don't want to celebrate too early as I was in traction control 1 to get through those corners. And Andre Sav ran me down. He gets a little bump from behind as we head into turn 1. Look in the rearview mirror. Andre Sav goes wide into the grass and against the wall. So rip Andre Sav to start the race, which means I've got a nice gap between me and P10, which means I can relax, put my head down and concentrate on 6, 7, and 8. A little grouping there in front of me. Not sure what tires they are on yet. It's early in the race and everyone is choosing different tire strategies. Some starting on soft, some starting on hard, some going 4 laps before the changing, some going 6, some going 7. Pure insanity. So here at the end of lap 1, I have caught 5 through 8. So something is awry here. Someone is on hard tires. There's no way these 4 guys who qualified in front of me are running slower than I am. Now my guess, someone near the front there has on hard tires. So that could possibly be K-Bonix. And it could be, I don't know, whoever's behind K-Bonix. But more likely than not, it is the gentleman in the front there, K-Bonix. As we get a Greddy pass right there as Marco DJH loses it through that corner. So I'm up to P8 now. Only 2 laps in. So folks are dying left and right. And that's good for Greddy. as Cantilever goes wide out of corner number 3 there, and I slide right underneath him, take a position, so I'm up to P7 now here on lap 2. So 3 positions, 2 laps, not bad. As you can see, I'm going to Big Banky Boy. Looks like I'm making up good time there on 4, 5, and 6. So a little further along on lap 2 as we come down through the Florida turn, lay it down on the inside there, get on the gas, and it looks like Matty has passed K Bonix. So my suspicion is likely right, that it was K Bonix the entire time that was slowing down that group in front of him. And he goes wide as he enters the corner, but then turns in tight on me as I'm coming through the corner there. No contact was meant by myself. I just was like, wow, he just left that door wide open, so I'll just go for it. And then he goes wide again, so I was like, well, I'll go through there, and we make just a little bit of contact. Now I'm hanging around the outside here thinking I have plenty of tire, but he does not give me much room. Coming out the exit, as you can see there, he really turns in hard on me there, and it does look a little bit like I hit him, but I thought that I had a clean line to the inside there. And then I'm going to come back here, and I don't mean to make the pass here, but he goes wide again, so I just make my drive through there. But then he gets on the gas, really forces me outside. That's a fair move there in auto racing. He had that inside, so all is fair in love in auto racing, they say. So I wasn't too worried about it. I knew I'd get back at him, but that did cost me a lot of time. And then as I'm getting ready to kind of set up a nice corner there, the gentleman in the Porsche sends it down the inside, but then K Bonix loses it, and I get a Greddy pass. So already 3 Greddy passes and 1 regular pass to start the race. Has me all the way up to P7 now. Would have been in P6 if it hadn't been for this Porsche driver getting that nice, inside move down turn 1. Now, hats off to him. That was a very clean, very fair move by him. I wasn't honestly expecting it, but he definitely made the move. Then I gave him a little bump there as we were coming out of the double apex turn. That allowed him to kind of get a little bit of space on me. But I just felt like I had a little more pace than him, so I wasn't too worried about it. Again, though, I am losing all kinds of time. I'm glad I'm on the medium tires and not the soft tires. Who knows how much time I would have lost in the soft. But usually I can run around on 158 on my mediums with a full tank of fuel, and I'm already on the 2 minutes. I've lost 2 seconds here on lap number 2. And in my rearview mirror, I've got a Dodge Viper hunting me down. So I need to latch onto the back end here of Roxa Wilson and try and see if I can't make a pass and get ahead of him, take a little pressure off of me from that P8 that's really tracking me down. So again, heading towards the bunny ears. I'm well within the slipstream. I'm going to try and read him through these corners, see if I can't set up a move here. Now, I know he's really strong in turn 1, so I'd really like to get the move done before then. I look to the inside, but he's got it pretty well covered. So I come down here, and I'm getting on the gas early, trying to see if I can't run him down coming out of this corner. He does make a little mistake there. I get on the brakes nice and late and just stick it underneath him, alter his line just enough that I can make the pass. And I go on by Roxa. I come out pretty wide there. I almost eat the left wall. And then I give him the slipstream for as long as I can because I know that Dodge Viper is charging hard behind me. I think that he is on the soft tires. He bumps me from behind, and then the Porsche comes through and takes him out. Let's look at that again. So the Porsche comes through. He's looking at that inside move he made on me earlier, and he almost sticks it again, but takes out the Viper. So I rip both of those guys and takes the pressure off of me as I'm now back in the 6th place position. BFRJ behind me, and it's time to pit here at the end of lap 6. I'm going to jump off the mediums and get onto the hard tires. I'm going to go for 3 laps on the hards. Again, my pit strategy is a 6-3-6, 6 medium, 3 hard, 6 soft to finish the race. And coming out, we're in P9. I have no idea what that means for the end of the race, but I tell you what, it's not a bad place to be after starting in 10th. And as we come here around on lap number 8, the gentleman that was behind me, BFRJ, comes out, and he is clearly on a softer tires. He's absolutely just blazing on in behind me. So I ease up, let him down the inside. I don't want to slow him or me down. As you can remember, beginning of the race, if you look at those times were suffering because of too much fighting, too much battling. And I'm like, I don't want to battle Jay here. I'm just going to let him by him. I hang out in his slipstream for as long as I can. He's in the faster car. I'm going to use it for as much as I can get out of it. And, well, honestly, it's only good for about a quarter of a lap as we head down into Big Banky Boy. as we come out the other end, I have completely lost the slip to BFRJ. He is a solid second out in front of me. So moving on to lap 9, the end of my hard stint. Not really much happened during my hard stint. I just kind of raced out there by myself. So I'm going to hop in here behind Cantilever, and I'm going to put on the soft tires to finish the race. Now, Cantilever came in on the medium, so he's either going to finish on the softs or the hards, and he actually is going to come out to finish on the soft tires. So he did start the race on the hards as he started, I believe it was in P6. So not too surprising that we caught up to him there. But it's an even match now as we head to the finish of the race. And if you look, I'm in P13, not a good position to be in, which means all those folks in front of me up to P6 are probably on harder tires, which means I've got to make a lot of passes. So as you enter into Big Banky Boy here, and coming out, you can see how much faster I am. Now, I've got an excellent run on this Super, so I'm going to go ahead and pass him here before the S's. And as I come by him, he has the slipstream of Roxa Wilson, but I didn't think that he could hold me off that easily. My goodness, this Super has some legs. Holy cow. But that's okay. Not a big deal. I'm just going to have to set up a turn here for, set up a pass rather for the Florida turn. So coming through the S's, I look good coming out of the S's. Again, got a nice run on the Supra, and I'm just going to send it down the inside here. And he actually takes a really nice Florida turn, but then he keeps it down the inside, so I cannot pass down the inside, which is what I wanted to. I end up actually bumping him like, oh my goodness, no, of all the places. So I'm using Rox's slip here, and I'm going to get on the brakes a little bit late. And man almighty, I don't know what happened. It felt like I got hit from behind, but there's no one behind me. It was bizarre, but really aggressive move there by yours truly on Roxa Wilson in the Porsche, who made the aggressive move on me earlier in the race down the inside of turn 1. So, you know, I guess what comes around goes around. I don't know, but he goes in the pits after that, and we get through there without too much trouble. Everyone survives. Now on to a lap 11, and we caught up to the Dodge Viper that was hunting us down from behind earlier in the race. Now, again, I am on the soft compound tire. He is on a harder compound tire. And even though I'm catching him here in the slipstream, I know that Viper is extremely fast in the straight, so I need to get out in front of him somehow. Got to set up a pass. And again, I'm thinking the Florida turn would be a good place. You can see he goes a little wide there coming out of the S's. But I give him a bump, and that's really not what I needed to do right there. I want to be right on his rear bumper coming into Florida turn so I can make the move down the inside. And he sends it, he brings it, closes the door on me right there at the end of that turn. So I give him a bump, and that actually helps him out. So I'm like, do I look to the inside here like I have before? Of course I do. But he brakes late to make the corner, blocks the inside line very well. He is really racing for position here on lap number 11. Not really sure why. I mean, he doesn't really think he's going to hold me off on softer tires for that many laps. So I try to get the cut back here, and he really squeezes down the inside. And so I didn't force the issue too much. I get the cut back again, get on the gas, but then he wants to go into the pits. So I'm like, why were you defending that hard if you're about to go in the pits? I don't get it. Whatever, it's all good. It's all good. So he gets into the pits, he survives, but now on the rear end, because of all the battling I was doing with the Dodge, I have got the NSX of Cade Bonix behind me. Now, you remember Cade Bonix kind of self-inflicted some pain there earlier in the race. Has caught back up to yours truly on lap number 12. And man, that NSX looks really good through the corners. See, he's right on my rear bumper, heading down the hill towards Big Banky Boy. And I have got to figure out a way to shake Cade Bonix and catch some of the guys in front of me, as I would really like to get back to a higher top 10 finish, get some good points. I'd really like to beat the 194 that currently stands as my best points haul. So somewhere above 194 would be really nice. So I need to get my head down and try and catch some of these guys in front of me on this soft tire stint. As you can see, my first lap was not great with that 159 being behind that Dodge Viper. So frustrating, so frustrating. So getting a little bit of separation from Cade Bonix, but he's still back there. He's still letting me down. But I am getting a little bit of separation. I was hoping coming out of this here Florida turn, and I know with those MR cars, the back end likes to be squirrely on them. So really hoping to pull past that 3/4 of a second gap to get rid of the slip. No such luck. K-Bonix is not giving up. So as we come down through the bunny ears towards the last 2 corners of this lap, looking good inside tight line, rolling on the gas, coming out. Can I pull out a K-Bonix's slip? And oh, K-Bonix eats the wall right there, takes himself out. So another mistake by a competitor behind myself. It's odd. I've had quite a few folks, destroy the races behind me in this race. Really weird. Anyway, K-Bonix just yet another one of those. So on to lap number 13. As you can see, PX Cam 20 up ahead, goes wide in the Ferrari, and he is out there in the crap. He is in the nasty stuff on the outside. That is not going to be good for his tires. He comes into the bunny ears. Bunny ears does not like dirty tires. PX Cam, look at that, goes wide through the bunny ears. Just struggling on those tires. He is an absolute sitting duck right now. Right now, I'm glad I did not choose the Ferrari as my manufacturer. I was really, really close to choosing Ferrari, but ended up with BMW, and right now I'm pretty happy about that. Now, Ferrari does have good legs down the straight, but the BMW is pulling on it, so I'm going to send it down the inside here. I go way inside, let him know I'm coming. And I believe he did recognize it as he stayed outside just enough to let me slide underneath him. So, good clean pass there by Greddy, and worked well with PX Cam 20 on that pass. So, for myself, it felt like really one of only 2 clean passes I've had this race, as I've been mashing metal everywhere else. On to lap 15. Can I get a P6 out of this? I was really hoping I could. SV Cantilever, remember, he was in front of me, and BFRJ, they must have missed some of the traffic that I caught. As when I finally catch up to him, I'm within 1.5 seconds. So those wasted times I had in traffic really cost me here at the end of the race. And I finish in P7. But, hey, not bad. It's a P7. It's 700 DR gain. And my best point haul to date. I get 224 manufacturer's points. So overall, great race. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a little spicy. Some spots, some elbows were out. But overall, it was a good, clean race. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more of the action. For myself, Geauxgreddy, y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.